to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
You're not your job. You're not how much money you have in the bank. You're not the car you drive. You're not the contents of your wallet. You're not your fucking khakis. You're the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world.
You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Now here's Chris and Kristyn.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn. Well, hello!
Well, hello.
Welcome back, listeners.
I don't want to keep screaming hello, because then people are like, didn't they do that in the other episode?
Did it in every episode. We should do like a different... We should... That's a Raven toy.
Yeah, it's one of Raven's toys. It's called a Sing-a-ma-jig.
God bless America.
And Kristyn's never seen these things.
Sorry, I don't have a kid where I'd be... I don't have even...
Shopping in Walmart, or I see these in Rite Aid also. And
I don't know, Chris.
The mouth looks almost like the ridge of a shoe. Like a sock, I mean.
Yeah, it looks almost like, oh my god, like those hair ties. I can't think of what they're called. Yeah.
His mouth looks like a scrunchie, and when you squeeze his stomach, it has little teeth, and we have two of them in this house. We have the Halloween one, and we have the 4th of July one, where he's wearing a little Stars and Stripes shirt, little Captain America action.
Yeah, he's Uncle Sam. Captain America. And the mouth moves, it's creepy. This is our tribute to America today.
Yeah, and let me tell you,
God
like I said
it.
before we started recording the show, I stepped on this one night.
And it's like,
and it goes, hold on. Now, when you're half asleep and it's dark and you're trying to be quiet and you step on something and it goes,
what the hell animal is in my room?
And it takes a lot to scare me. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, big tough guy. Scared of a Sing-a-ma-jig.
Scared by a Sing-a-ma-jig.
Sing-a-ma-jig.
And,
that's it. Yeah.
So, and we're also here, so we're here with the Sing-a-ma-jig and we're here with Jackie the intern.
We need coffee, Jackie.
And mostly when you press this thing, the way how you pressed it, it sounded like it said, screw the past.
Screw the past.
Oh, might have some sort of propaganda shit.
Right.
It's like the anti-American
toys. I'm always worried that
you never know what they're saying. They're
going to wake up in the middle of the night and say, "You must kill mommy and daddy." You know,
like the Chucky doll. I heard they're making a new Chucky.
Oh my god, I want to see
Curse. I guess Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky.
Oh, okay, because there's Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky.
Which were they, and then they have a baby. Remember when they had a baby randomly?
Yeah, the Seed of Chucky.
Right. Right at the end, or I don't know, was it the beginning or the end where it just shoots out? It's so awkward.
I think, no, Bride of Chucky well, first it was Chucky 2, Bride of Chucky, and then they get together and have a kid.
Okay, and then, yeah.
And
this big, nasty baby shoots out of a doll. Like, it's so awkward. Do you remember that scene? There, it was weird.
Yeah, it's, is the movie going to be about...
I don't know.
I forgot how it ended.
I know. I've seen it, like, how long ago?
But I love
how
the
Curse of
first
Chucky.
one, kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one was scary, and Nightmare on Elm Street, the first two were scary. And then it got...
hokey.
Funny. Like, it's a funny horror movie, and it's... Which a lot of horror movies are going for now. They go for...
Everyone's so funny.
And,
Child's Play is what they were called.
Oh,
right?
Child's Play.
Yeah.
Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, then Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. Now it's Curse of Chucky.
Yeah, that's supposed to be one in the making.
Because I think the son wanted to be good, if I'm not mistaken. Like, the son didn't want to be a killer.
I know.
But he was the child of two killers.
Just weird. Just a weird plot in general. So you might get one of those dolls in here. One of these dolls in your house might end up being like a Chucky.
Get it for a Raven.
You wake up,
kill daddy.
You wake up, it's over your head with like a huge knife.
Now, I remember I told you in a past episode that my father had a friend who owned a video store. So we used to get the video. We got them because he would get the videos early and have to hold on to them for the release.
Right.
But since this guy was my father's friend, we used to get them way early. So we got Child's Play 1 really, really early. And watched it as a family. My mom,
family night.
my brother.
That's such
and
a
me.
horror flick.
So my mother goes to use
Turn
the
the lights
bathroom
out?
after the movie,
Uh-oh.
and my brother goes and grabs the Cabbage Patch.
Yeah.
'Cause my mother had like 4 Cabbage Patch Kids. And
Those things were creepy in general as well.
Yeah, they were because
They had a weird look to them.
Yeah. Now Chucky was actually more based on. There was another toy
That
called
buddy,
My Buddy.
yeah.
My Buddy. My Buddy.
And the kid's like swinging
My
around with
buddy
his
and me like to climb up a tree. And so Chucky looked like the My Buddy
Right.
dolls, except they made Chucky look all evil and shit.
They had scars all over his face, like stitches. going across.
I think like the first, because he gets blown up. No, first he
Got
gets
like killed like 3 times.
he gets torched at the end of part 1. Then, for whatever reason, the beginning of part 2, they're making a new Chucky toy, and they have the burnt remains of part 1. Like,
They don't want to throw anything out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the manufacturing plant.
They couldn't afford to build another
Yeah,
one.
they couldn't recast new plastic.
Oh, wasn't it like the soul of like a serial killer
Yeah, it was a soul of a
that took
serial
over?
killer.
That's what it was.
He was about to die, and he needs to
It's a
transfer
ridiculous
his
plot.
soul into another. And his name, it was like
I'm gonna look it up.
It was
Get on IMDb.
Charles David something.
That
Now,
was the
Charles,
actual guy, or the
Excuse me?
killer? What was that?
At the end of 1, doesn't Chucky get shot?
No, he gets burned. Maybe he gets shot also, but he gets burned.
I don't know, he's
up. And
been killed so many times. I
yeah,
feel. It's
well,
like
it's like Charles.
it's like Michael Myers.
Yeah, and so Chucky is actually supposed to be Charles Manson. Charles is Chuck is
I
Chucky.
see.
Then I think his middle name is David, after Mark David Chapman, another serial killer. And
1988, that first one came out.
Yeah, I was 11 years old.
So I was
Born, 2.
I was 86. I was 2 watching it. No, I watched it in the early.
So you saying, Jackie?
What do you-
Charles Lee Ray.
Charles. Oh, okay.
Charles Lee Ray was Chucky.
Charles was Charles Manson. Lee was
Why do you know this, Chris?
because I'm a morbid fuck. That's
There we go. I'm learning something new every day.
Lee was
Lee. I feel like I know one.
Lee.
A Lee.
James Earl Lee. James Earl Lee. No, James Earl Lee.
Lee. There's a Lee.
Yeah, there's a Lee
There's
serial
a
killer.
Lee serial killer.
And
Which I don't know.
and Ray's.
in part 1, does he get stitched back together in the
No,
first
that's
No, what the second one maybe?
movie? Oh, so I've only seen the second and third and fourth one.
yeah. Because the first one is
I'm gonna look up his name. Origin of Charles Lee Ray.
Charles Lee Ray. So it's Charles Manson. I forgot. So yeah, and it's like, Jackie's grandfather bought him the Child's
buddy?
Play box set, and he was like 5 or 6.
What's the Child's Play box set?
It's all 4 movies.
Oh, I'm thinking like it's a
Oh, like like a toy
like
set.
toys in it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, no.
they come with these dolls for kids.
And I don't know if Grandpa knew it was horror movie.
Right,
I mean,
but
on the
Child's
box,
Play.
It says Child's Play, but on the cover of the box, it's like a shelf, and you see like an axe and a knife, and
I know.
And so Jackie's like 5 or 6 watching horrible horror movies. Speaking of horrible movies.
It's just telling me.
Spider-Man
this.
3.
Oh.
Well, I guess, not Spider-Man 3 would be...
No, it would be...
It's not Spider-Man 4. It's The Amazing Spider-Man. That's how they revamped it.
It's not that amazing.
It is. Let me tell you.
So what's your problem with it?
So let down.
I thought
by this movie.
Seen people comment on Twitter saying, "Oh, they liked Garfield better as Tobey Maguire than Tobey Maguire. It's great with their connection through it." And now you're telling me it's a flopper.
Made
a lot of money.
Understand that I am the key audience for this movie. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
I'm a nerd.
That
I'm
sounds
a guy.
pretty okay.
I'm.
You sound like the
Well,
movie
I'm
industry.
35 now.
You sound like the movie industry has to go through you.
Yeah, the movie industry. I'm the person they have to make happy. You know what I'm saying? And
it's all about Chris all the time.
I'm the fan. I'm the one. Okay, I didn't pay for the movie, but
these movies always fall off the truck.
I buy the
for Chris.
DVDs from the pawn shop. But
it got a 7.7 out of 10.
It was okay. And obviously, by the time this episode comes out, anyone who cares about seeing saw it already. If you're going to go see it, or even if you haven't seen it in theaters and you're going to buy the DVD, skip the first 45 minutes.
You always hate those first...
The first 45
like Avengers,
minutes...
you hated the first hour.
Well, I didn't hate the first 45 minutes.
not action
They
packed.
were tasked with having to explain these 4 characters coming
Right.
together, or 5, 6 characters.
It wasn't
whatever. You know, and you kind of have
action-packed.
to. You kind of have to. Now, see, a lot of people, like right now, there was that misconception Spider-Man 4. You know,
This is just a whole revamp.
yeah, you know, I have to always explain to people, no, it's a whole new movie. It's
Chris
not
has
the
to
same
explain to
actors. It's a
everyone.
whole new director. Everything is
Who are
different.
you talking to that you have to explain to everyone?
Well, I'm just saying is that when I talk to
Just in
people
general.
about Spider-Man in general, since the first other 3 movies were so big, everyone naturally assumes this is part 4. And
Yeah, I never really thought about it, but I probably would have thought that too.
yeah,
Like,
and it makes sense. And, you know,
so this is a whole new franchise, new
yeah,
everything.
because the company had to make the movie to... They have a contract with Marvel that they have to make... They kind of have to make these movies every couple of years,
Okay.
or they lose their licensing.
Oh, right, I remember you
And
telling me that.
so, Sony owns Spider-Man.
So isn't it, that's why you were saying one time, that's why sometimes they'll throw out like a crappy movie, because they have to keep that?
Yeah, the Fantastic Four
Right.
had, they made a really crappy Fantastic Four that was never released, but it was made so they can
keep the
the
contract.
contract.
What a waste of money.
Yeah, now, okay, yeah, so Spider-Man is Columbia, but it's under the Sony umbrella.
Okay.
The
That makes
Avengers...
no sense.
What was that?
I would never think Sony would, like, own Marvel. I mean, Sony would own Spider-Man.
Well,
There's a
they
bunch of
don't own
companies,
Spider-Man. They go to Marvel and say, can we make a Spider-Man movie? And when they signed a contract, they kind of signed a contract saying, all right, we'll make a movie every 10 years.
Yep.
And with that, they were kind of forced to make this movie because they don't want to lose the Spider-Man franchise.
Right.
It's obviously a money earner. People care about
You
Spider-Man.
think? Made a lot over this
even
weekend.
A person like myself.
So you're saying Sony's version of Spider-Man was bad?
Well, Sony also made the other ones. It's just this one, they should... Now, what
Okay,
they
so
did
what was your
to kind
issue
of,
with it?
To separate it from the other 3 movies, it's not called Spider-Man, it's called The Amazing Spider-Man. Because in the comics, they're Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man...
all different?
And Ultimate Spider-Man are different... books,
Storyline?
different whole other
I didn't know that
universes.
happened.
Yeah.
Like that they had
There's different
those
universes.
10 you just named.
And yeah, now, like
What about
in this
the
movie,
gay spider? Sorry.
in this movie, he shoots webs through. He builds a machine.
Oh, so
that
they even
sits
have
on his
different
wrist.
aspects.
Yeah, in the other movies, it's just the fact that
He
he's a
can shoot
spider
it.
and he can shoot webs out
Right.
of his wrist.
So this one, he
now,
builds a thing.
Understand,
Here we go.
if he was truly a
It's getting
spider,
serious.
spiders shoot webs out of their ass.
Here we go.
So-
They can't have that on
So
TV.
if Spider-Man
Just bends over.
supposed to be somewhat real, he'd be shooting webs out of his ass. So
The amazing spider ass.
his ass silk. You know what I'm saying?
Check out the ass silk on Spider-Man.
Spider comes out of.
Let's
the
make our own movie. Like,
spider
just all this spider web
webs
coming out of
come out of a
it.
spider's butt, and so
That web stinks. You smell the web on that
imagine shooting the
Spider-Man?
web at bad guys.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's it.
Why is he bending over?
I won't jack any more cars. I'm sorry.
It's like the ambiguously gay duo that was in those weird poses. What?
What? What are you looking at? So, like I said, in this movie, he actually has machines that shoots the web.
And he builds it himself?
He built it because
Okay.
he's always been like a nerd,
Right.
And in this movie,
They put glasses on him. He's a nerd.
nerd. You know, he's good with electronics because Peter Parker was always a bit of a nerd outcast,
Right.
And even in other movies, that's what he is.
Mm-hmm.
So he, okay, and I got no problem with the electronic web shooters.
You're just mad it's not coming out of his ass.
Well, I'm just saying. So
Just in general.
it's
You want to be
more realistic
anatomically
to have-
correct.
It's more realistically to have machines on your wrist shooting the web as opposed to webs that come out of your
just
wrist.
all of
'cause
a
spiders
sudden-
don't shoot webs out of their wrist.
I remember on the first one with Tobey Maguire that I saw,
Uh-huh.
it kind of grossed me out because it kind of looked like a loogie on his wrist, like one
Yeah.
shot,
Well,
and
it
I was
looked
like,
something
ew.
else actually.
Well,
Look, you know,
oh, smooth.
shooting web.
Alright, I was trying to be.
When you're,
Look
you
like
know,
a male.
When you're with the lollipop head Kristyn Dunst, I'd be shooting web around her also.
Shooting it at her head. You can't hit nothing but her head. I mean,
my
I meant to hit you.
I'm sorry, I got in your hair or something about Mary.
Yeah. What is that, hair gel?
And
Okay, so he makes his little...
So with this movie, for whatever reason, they have to tell the origin story all over again. So
that's like the first 45 minutes,
minutes of the movie. Now, it's a different universe, so there's a whole different storyline and how... Now, did you see, like, the first Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, like when it first came out.
His uncle gets killed,
yep.
and
does he live with his grandma or aunt?
He lives with his aunt and uncle. Now, the big, I guess spoilers if you're gonna, but I won't spoil too much because the movie sucked anyway. I'm sorry. There's a big underlying mystery
about his parents. I remember you saying this. They're supposed to reveal him,
They're supposed to reveal it, and I'll be honest with you, they haven't revealed it yet. Now, what I think they're going with is that
in the comic books, do they reveal, or like, do you have any idea?
There's so many different comics. Some do have revelations, some don't. Some of the comic books is just it's still a total mystery.
Okay.
They never explain what happened to his parents. Just that they're dead, and he lives with his Aunt May.
Deal with it.
And Uncle Ben, which every time I think Uncle Ben, I think of
get
rice.
Some rice.
So
Zatarans.
In this movie, Martin Sheen plays Uncle Ben.
Okay.
Sally Field plays Aunt May.
Wait, how
terrific actors?
Were they?
Terrific actors. And
in the movie, or just
okay? And so those two, I have absolutely no problem with.
Are they a big part or semi?
The uncle has a big part, and actually everything to do with the uncle. Not that I say I loved, but I'm just saying Martin Sheen is an actor. Great. Because part of Spider-Man's story is that, because of his selfishness when he gets his powers, his uncle gets killed.
Right.
And so he has to redeem himself by continuing to do good.
So spoiler alert, did Uncle Ben die again?
No, yeah, Uncle Ben died.
Oh, he does. That's just flat out going to happen.
It's a different story, and it's like, before, it's a guy robbing somebody, now it's a guy robbing a grocery store. And, even with that, I say, okay, it's a different story.
Yeah.
So now they have Gwen Stacy, played by
Emma Stone. See, I like her in that.
Emma Stone.
Now I'm disappointed. Come on, girl. Right, get your shit together.
And I understand they don't want to go with Mary Jane because Mary Jane has already been done.
Yeah, Mary Jane's whack.
They're bringing Gwen Stacy. Now, Emma Stone, okay, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've talked shit about her in the past. She's very attractive. They make her blonde in this movie, which, one thing Gwen Stacy is blonde, so I can't fight that. So Gwen Stacy in the comics was always
lesbian.
What?
Lesbian.
No, Gwen Stacy
twist
has always been a bit of, and I don't want to say ditz. That's not the right word. I mean, she is blonde. No.
I'm sitting right in front of him. He always talks shit that it's like really about me.
You'll probably kick me in the face.
Yeah.
No, but
I'll do some Spider-Man shit.
So they make
I'll some shoot on my ass in here. It's not going to be a web. Kind of airheadish.
I wouldn't say airhead. Mary Jane
was the smart journalist. Worked for the news, right?
I think she worked for the Daily Bugle or whatever.
The Bugle.
And so in this movie, there's no mention of the newspaper. I mean, they have it, but part of the storyline is Spider-Man works for the Daily Bugle.
Right. And he's given the photos.
Except for him looking at one headline about like his uncle dying, there's no storyline of that. So that'll
be in the sequel.
Then they make Emma Stone the lead intern for Dr. Kurt Connors, and we've discussed this past episode.
And that's
Kurt Connors is the geneticist.
That's the lizard man, right?
That becomes a lizard because he only has one arm. So he develops, since lizards can regrow their tails, he tries to mix human DNA with lizard DNA so he can grow his arm back.
Yeah.
And with that, it turns him into the lizard monster. Because he got
based on real events.
He got the balance
This
wrong.
is a documentary. He got the balance wrong.
So, for whatever reason, they make Gwen Stacy his
smart
lead intern.
Oh, genius.
Now,
she's real smart in it?
Yeah. Now, first and foremost, she has model good looks.
Right.
And then
you ain't going into science.
And she, I hate to say it, but
it's not realistic.
Yeah, they just needed some reason to put her in the story. Now,
did she wear glasses? Usually when they want to make them nerdy, glasses are put on.
No, but she's in a mini skirt
Well,
literally
she's going
a
to
mini
work.
skirt and a lab coat, where like the lab coat is longer than the mini skirt,
She's naked under a lab coat.
and like she's walking around with her iPad, like walking around almost like a clipboard. And
She's important.
I have a lab coat and an iPad. I'm
Basically,
important.
she's screwing. If that was a real situation, she would be screwing.
She's screwing Dr. Connors.
The lizard.
For,
She'd be screwing a lizard.
for college credit.
Yeah. And like looking for a good job in the future.
Yeah, because you know Gwen Stacy has always been an
Your
attractive
sugar
girl.
daddy.
If not, you know, I believe she's been a model in the comics.
Oh.
You know, and now
she's
the
this smart
lead-
intern.
She's the person that introduces
Slutty intern.
everyone else into the building.
Program,
Now,
yeah.
Kurt Connors works for Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn in the first movies was the guy who becomes
The Goblin?
Green Goblin.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Sad,
in the
I know
comics,
this.
he's
See,
always,
I'm getting on the same page with you.
he's always been this really super duper rich guy who
Right.
does all types of crazy research. So-
Who played the Green Goblin? He has that voice. He plays such a
Willem
villain so
Dafoe.
good. Yes.
Willem Dafoe
Plays a villain
who
so
looks-
good. Like, I feel like he's like that in real life.
They didn't have to put a helmet on him. You know what I'm saying? He's creepy enough looking
Right.
that they should have left him with his own face. They should, or maybe just cover his eyes and make it like a helmet that covers his eyes because he needs
has
to wear a
that
helmet
face.
because he's flying around on a
Shit gets
on
in
a-
your face, man. You're going high speed on
or
that
at
little
least-
disc. His
or at least
boomerang
like
thing.
like a thing that withdraws from the face, like an Iron Man,
Yeah.
which they did with his son because his son becomes the Hobgoblin. And
the
his-
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, well, they never say it in the movie.
Yeah.
But
Because it's a ridiculous name.
Yeah, and when he when he needs to talk, the shield opens up and like pans behind his head so
Right.
he can talk, which they should have done with the Green Goblin in the first movie. So Norman Osborn in the Amazing Spider-Man.
So he's in it.
You don't. They show you his like silhouette because they don't think they've chosen an actor for it yet.
Okay, I was gonna say, it doesn't say him on IMDb
and
as William.
So here we are, this multi-billion-dollar cutting-edge research, and Gwen Stacy's the lead intern.
That's how it works.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, you know. And she's.
You're telling me that's not plausible.
It's. I don't know.
Do you think the lizard man is her sugar daddy?
Yeah, she's a Monica Lewinsky of.
Hey yo, wash your
intern
dress.
Of Oscorp because the building's called.
She's got
Oscorp.
spider webs all on.
And lizard flakes all over.
Ew.
Oh, lizards have that tongue. So, all right. So, like I'm saying, they did
Can't
not
resist
need
a
to
lizard
have
tongue.
Gwen Stacy work at Oscorp
Okay.
because he's in love with her because he goes to school with her. They didn't have to have any of that.
Could have
Oscorp
just been a school crush.
Yeah. So once again, if you're a fan of the first 3 movies, just skip the first 45 minutes because you don't need it.
Mhm.
And then, okay, Spider-Man has always been funny, like in the comics,
Quirky.
because since he's an outcast, he's a wisecracker. He makes comments because he's a wise ass. This movie was not funny in any way.
Was he so
shape, or-
serious?
It was like a serious take.
Dick.
And you know, and actually, part of the persona is, you know, he's a nerd, but when he puts on the suit, he gets a little more cocky because he has the anonymity.
Yeah, he's covered up.
And plus, he's strong. He can hang off
Can
walls.
kick everyone's ass?
Yeah, he
He's
can back
flying?
it up. He can back it up by being an ass. In this movie, they make him a douchebag.
Ooh.
He's a douchebag when he's
I
Spider-Man.
don't know if I like that about my superheroes.
And he's like taunting the cops, and the cop points a gun at him, and like he takes the gun out of the cop's hand and flips over him. And it's
I've
like,
taunted cops before, and it ends bad.
yeah. Cops, and
Nobody's
this is
letting
supposed
you
to be
go off the hook.
These are NYPD cops.
Yeah,
this
right.
isn't some fucking upstate deputy dog. NYPD will put a fucking slug in you if
You want
breathe
to
the
taunt
wrong
me,
fucking
bitch?
way.
Kill all your little... Take that web right out of you.
And then
Bend over.
So they have Dennis Leary.
Yeah, how is he in it?
Is like
I love
the
him.
captain of the precinct. And
No,
Captain
what-
Stacy.
loyal
What about
to the comic
the,
books, he's the father
What about
Oh, go ahead.
the,
of Gwen Stacy. What's that?
what about that part in the commercial where there's a bad guy and Spider-Man's talking to the bad guy?
Yeah, there's a part and the bad guy pulls out a knife and he's like, "You got my one weakness, small knives." You know,
Oh,
that's
so
but he's
That's sarcastic,
it's
though.
very douchey. Like that's probably the only funny and I'm not
phrase.
even kidding. You know, the movie Spider-Man has always been. It's so ridiculous that here's a guy that's and there's
Jumping off
there's
of
a
walls
comedy
and-
element to it on top of being fantastical and spectacular and amazing and
And everything.
it's not funny at all. It's too
Oh.
serious, and it's. And I understand
made a
maybe it's
shitload
trying
of
to be
money.
dark, and Sally Field, I like. Martin Sheen, I like.
Yeah, they got big names in
This
it.
kid, Andrew Garfield.
No bueno?
I'm not feeling him.
I liked him in the Facebook movie.
Yeah.
What was that called?
The
Social
Network.
Yeah, I liked him in that.
And I don't know, okay, I'll give him props that he's a Brit playing American.
Right. Ooh.
And,
Haven't seen that before.
yeah, I mean, they got such great special effects. Maybe it was I totally blame either the script or the editor. Or maybe the director and editor together, because the movie it was boring.
Yeah.
I was watching it last night, and
even the action scenes?
The action scenes, well, once again, these people who do the special effects...
Right, that's different than an actor.
Work. And I'm willing to believe, because the lizard always looked like a lizard in the comic books. In the movie, he still kind of has like a human head, but lizard skin. Because lizards always kind of have like a snout.
Yeah.
So,
they didn't give him that.
Oh, yeah. He could grow an arm, but he doesn't grow a snout. You know what I'm saying?
He had an imbalance.
In the commercial, that did not look like a lizard. That looks like a human body, a very large human body.
Yeah, it's a muscular human with scales.
So,
it almost looks like Killer Croc.
So how was Dennis Leary in the movie?
So Dennis Leary...
Captain Stacy,
who's Gwen Stacy's father.
I like him.
And, okay, I do like what they did with that, because he goes to dinner to Gwen Stacy's house.
I saw that on the thing.
And, here's the captain talking about how he wants to capture the vigilante Spider-Man. And
he's sitting down and eating with him.
Yeah, and he's like, how could you be against Spider-Man? And he goes, this guy, he's taking the law in his own hands and needs to be stopped. That was a cool scene. And,
so it's just basically the main characters that you didn't like.
They could have, now, it's only in that one scene where Dennis Leary shines and actually gets to be Dennis Leary for about 16 seconds.
Aww.
For the rest of the movie, and Dennis...
Is he in it a lot? Because he's done...
He's in it, and he's very, important to the conclusion of the movie. And, and it's not that he's not a bad actor. You know what it is? Like me, he's a New York City... Actually, and I think he's from Boston, actually.
He's just that city guy.
He's such a New York guy, like after 9/11, he does like $1 billion... He has that show, Rescue Me, for the firefighters and stuff like that. He's a very, like...
Massachusetts, yeah.
Massachusetts. Now,
what is it?
Worcester?
Worcester?
Worcester.
But they pronounce it weird. Yeah, they pronounce it weird.
So...
Not how it's...
But he's like a loyal New Yorker now.
Yeah.
New York City guy. So...
Rescue Me was...
Now, before he was playing a firefighter, now he's playing an NYPD captain.
Yeah, he might as well have been born there.
If you're going to have Dennis Leary in the movie, let him be
Dennis
Leary.
Leary,
because he played a sergeant in the movie Who's the Man? Have you ever seen Who's the Man? With Dr. Dre and Ed Lover? Not Dr. Dre from the West Coast, the other Dr. Dre.
The big one?
Yeah, the heavyset one.
No.
That movie is so fucking funny.
I've seen what is it called? Who's the Man with... It was like a soccer movie with Amanda Bynes.
Oh, no, She's the Man.
She's the Man.
She's the Man with
Amanda Bynes. That's what I thought you were talking about. I was like, there's no way you saw that.
No, there's a movie called Who's the Man
with those two guys.
With those two guys. They used to host Yo MTV Raps. Yeah. And it's a comedy because it's about these two misfits. And only because, like, their uncle gets them into the NYPD. Because one's a big fat guy, the other tall guy is a fucking idiot. So,
that's how you get into NYPD?
It's because their uncle pulled some strings, got them through the academy. So now they get through the academy, and now they're dealing with Dennis Leary as the sergeant.
Okay.
So he's dealing with these two idiots. And that's Dennis Leary being Dennis Leary.
Right, he's a douche. Not a douche, but just a ball buster.
He screams at the fat Dr. Dre, "You cannot have a donut! Ed Lover, he can have 50 donuts! He can have a big, giant 500-pound donut strapped on the hood of the car! You cannot have any donuts!" Who's the Man? I know we have like a younger audience, so they probably haven't seen it. Rent it. And it's old school hip-hop.
Yeah.
That movie is so funny. And it has like a lot of cameos.
Now, how did he... Because I remember watching Yo MTV Raps, and every now and then they'll have it on MTV, like real late night.
Uh-huh.
And I'm always wondering, it took me like a year to realize that's not Dr. Dre. Because I was like, maybe he slimmed down, and I was like...
They are two.
Then I was like, why would they have two of the same name in the hip-hop genre? So what happened there? I'm sure you know.
No, they were DJs in New York for years.
Both of them? Dr. Dre, or the one that hosts.
You'd say East Coast and West Coast Dr. Dre. The West Coast Dr. Dre is the one from NWA and The Chronic and 2000 and
Eminem.
Hip Hop and Eminem's producer. That's
Remember
how
Jack got recently?
Yeah, it's these guys.
But
and don't get me started on like comedians who are like I'm getting sick and tired of comedians who are like
what
hitting the gym.
Oh, Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
What the hell happened there?
Ben Stiller.
Oh yeah, I feel like he's been jacked though for a long time.
Yeah, well,
he's just gotten bigger.
But I mean, like when he first got famous, like with the Ben Stiller show and stuff like that, he was always average guy.
Yeah. Because you ever seen Heavyweights?
Heavyweights.
That
yeah,
I was surprised that he had a body. Like something there was,
and then he did Zoolander.
Yeah.
You know,
male model.
All these comedians.
What do you?
Like you watch, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You know that guy. You know
he gained weight recently.
Actor. All these comedians now. I don't know. Maybe because
they want to be healthy, Chris.
No, there's a difference between being healthy
and getting
being jacked. And these guys,
roid rage.
You know, Carrot Top, like you said.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
You know,
he still is. He's just orange and big.
Just, there's no reason to be that cut up, especially if your career is to be a comedian. And don't get me wrong, of course, like a Louis C.K., he's got the gut.
Yeah.
He's not, like a guy like Louis
he's
C.K.
the man. I love
eats
him.
Garbage all the time, and that's part of his persona. And not that every comedian should have a pot belly and stuff like that, but these guys who go the opposite route and get these big arms, like
who are you fighting?
Who are you?
Who are you trying to intimidate?
If you're funny, usually most of us, guys like me, we develop a sense of humor because we couldn't fight, or we couldn't, like, to get the bullies to get away from you, sometimes you could diffuse the situation with humor, and...
Bend over and shoot a web out your ass.
And, like, when I see Ben Stiller all jacked up, or Carrot Top,
Carrot Top is ridiculous.
And just comedians in general, comedic actors, you see these guys, and they'll purposely put on like the tight shirt.
Oh
the tight
where like
sleeves,
the sleeves are kind of rolling up too.
Oh yeah, the sleeves are
your bulging
biceps. And it's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand if you want to stay in shape, but these guys who work out and get all buff, for what? You know what I'm saying? And they're taking like Muay Thai classes and ultimate fighting and Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighting classes. Come on.
You're going a different route, alright?
Relax. You're a comedian. You know what I'm saying? There's never any situation where you're going to need to use violence. You probably don't. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're being mugged or something like that, it's probably better just to relax.
Well, let's just walk away. Walk away from the situation.
It's those comedians like that just irritate the shit out of me. So like I said, if you're going to see Spider-Man, it wasn't funny. And then they do have one scene where they have these two nerds discussing how it's physically impossible for Spider-Man to be like swinging from building to building, and that because he's like a pendulum, and where is he getting momentum from, and all this stuff. So I do got to give the people who wrote that movie, that's a nice, because there are nerds who have that conversation.
Right.
Like, he couldn't do that because if he did that, it does defy the laws of physics. And so there's a part where, as Peter Parker, he's walking like on the campus of the high school, and the two nerds are in front of him having this whole conversation, and he's listening to them kind of like laughing, like, yeah, so that I kind of like. But when I just watch the movie, it's so much wasted potential.
That stinks.
The Emma Stone character, they could have had her in the movie, just make her the high school crush. There was no reason to make her an Oscorp head intern.
Oscorp.
And then one funny thing, like I said, the nerds talking about how
it's impossible.
How he can't swing from building to building. Because think about it, if you're standing here and you shoot a web, what's going to pick you up? Is the web retracting back
momentum?
I mean, some people would say he's so strong he can lift his body and he pulls himself up.
It's just that strong.
And then he gains momentum from swinging. But at the end of the movie, they do have, because they had to have, there's like the two hokey moments that like where it's not just Spider-Man saving New York, it's New Yorkers saving New York. Okay. So all these construction workers come together and help Spider-Man defeat the enemy. And so they kind of address
props to the construction workers
how Spider-Man can swing from building to building with the construction workers helping Spider-Man, and it was kind of hokey, but
the unitedness.
I enjoyed it. That part
we love New York.
So
the construction workers were on the job. Good for them.
So
rare sight.
I've bashed the movie for like the past half an hour. But, okay.
Here he goes.
I've made it no secret that I basically stream movies off the internet.
What? Because this comes to a shock to me.
Now, I'm not.
Oh my god!
The people who get in
I
trouble.
can't even look at you. What? The people who get in trouble.
People who get in trouble are the ones who distribute.
Right.
I don't distribute. I really
Take
don't.
it.
Yes, there is BitTorrent. I don't really torrent these movies because technically, if you're torrenting the movies, you're sharing it with other people. I don't BitTorrent. I stream.
They got this new, yeah, I see what you're saying. They got this new, cause I go to the movies sometimes. I like that atmosphere when there's like, if there's a movie I really want to see, Magic Mike. And they got this new,
Technology?
Yeah, no, this new, like, not a preview for a movie, but a commercial, basically, that comes on right before. It's all these action shots of different movies. Like, it's so intense. And you're like, yeah, so you're sitting there and you think, oh, what is this a preview for? Because, I don't know, you just see all this action stuff. And then it, like, pans out and it's a laptop just sitting there. And you still see the sequence of action going on. And then it's like, well, what the hell am I looking at? And then across it's like, movies are, like, something about how so much work is put into them to be this big cinematic thing. They shouldn't be reduced to this.
Watched on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, until the time comes to release the DVD and the
and
Blu-ray.
then suddenly you're like, oh, I see where they're going with this message. And then, boom, the laptop explodes. I'm like, Chris, that totally reminds me of Chris every time. I'm like, he's probably home right now watching this movie on his computer.
Then they have that one on the DVDs like, you wouldn't steal a purse. You wouldn't steal a car.
Or would I?
Buying bootleg DVDs is stealing.
But it was just so funny because I've seen it the last couple of times I've gone in there. It's like, don't reduce a great movie like to
a
this,
screen
and then,
until it's time to stream it on Netflix or to buy it on iTunes.
Then you can reduce it.
Yeah.
After it's made its money, then you can break it. Watch it on your little laptop.
Yeah. Oh, when it comes time to charge money to buy it off of iTunes,
right?
Or Vudu or
right,
Hulu,
Chris. Here we
go. Charging $8 a month for Hulu Plus and. I got Netflix.
Hulu Plus. I haven't checked it out, but I keep seeing ads for it. You pay for it, obviously.
You're paying for it. Now, I've gotten a few. First, it's the only... Because Hulu you can watch on computers. Okay.
Yeah, so... I've always used it in the past when it's free.
Hulu you can watch on computers, but you can't watch on a PlayStation. Or you can't watch on Nintendo Wii or Xbox 360.
Strictly.
But if you have Hulu Plus, you can watch it on a Wii.
So that's like
so
a
it's
big benefit for it.
Now, it's not like the technology doesn't work.
Right.
They're just going to charge you for it. So
I just want to watch it on my computer, but I feel like I have to pay for that.
Well, because...
Like, I don't want that other shit. Why can't I just have my free stuff back?
Well, like, as of right now... Now, when I first... Like, the show Lost, I fell in love with Lost on Hulu.
I'm trying to... Oh, no, I went to the DVDs like a loser.
Yeah,
still went Blockbuster.
Well, no,
but I could watch it on the computer.
Well, the other thing, the pricing worked because I love Lost so much. I went and bought the whole complete box set. Nerd. So on certain things,
do you still have your Lost?
I still have the DVDs, all the box and all the other stuff.
No, I'm talking about the PS3 game.
No, I sold it.
Oh yeah, I was wondering if you bought that. After you got your new PS3 or before you got your new PS3?
That was back when I had my old PS3. And the Lost game for the PlayStation, it's not that great.
Run around
You're running around an island. It's kind of like at the end of season 2 or 3.
Are you dead or are you alive? Do you know?
I never beat it because I just got...
do you get to pick your character or you Jack?
Some other guy, and you run into Jack and Hurley and Locke and
Michelle Rodriguez? Or she was randomly on there.
I didn't see Michelle I don't think she's in the game. I think it's after season 3, which I think after...
She came and went quick. So
I watched all the shows in one lump, so it's hard for me to remember what season was what. But, that kind of pricing plan worked for me because I like Lost so much I went and bought out the box set. If you go on Hulu right now, as of the time of recording, you can't watch old Lost episodes.
Right. That's what, because I was trying to find old episodes, so I'm like, of something, I don't remember. Like, I wanted to start a new series, so I went to Hulu, and then I was like, well, what is, you can't find anything.
Yeah, it was free here a year ago.
Yeah, you can't find anything.
Now, if you have Hulu Plus.
Hulu Plus keeps coming up, and I'm like, what am I paying for?
If you have Hulu Plus, you can watch all the
It's like
episodes
how it
of
used to be.
Lost. Yeah, it was, you know.
Like how Hulu used to be.
So, like, any show I think they used to have on there.
So Hulu Plus is mostly like the old shows that they used to have on Hulu.
It's like the old Hulu,
because
what it used to be.
when these companies sign a contract to distribute, there's a time limit, kind of like the Spider-Man and Columbia Pictures, that after a while the contract ends. So
they must have gotten it for.
They had it for a little while,
free.
which I'm pretty sure they were getting ad revenue for.
Yeah. Oh.
But now, on top of ad revenue, now they're going to get the money. Because I don't know if Hulu Plus is still ad supported. I will put money on that on Hulu Plus. You still have to watch commercials.
Oh,
but
YouTube you have to now.
Yeah, one thing I do like about Hulu is that it's only like one commercial per break, so you still get through the show pretty fast.
Within 45 minutes.
And I like where it goes like on Hulu. It's like, does this ad apply to you? Because sometimes you
get to pick what
and you get to pick yes and no.
comes
So
to.
sometimes but then again, some of the ads don't
Do you
apply
get
to me.
ED commercials?
Which was, when I was watching in the middle of the night, yeah.
That's only that comes up. I usually get, which is random, on my Pandora, they come the commercials.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know how they choose them or what, but recently I've been getting blackpeoplemeet.com.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like, oh, okay. You trying to tell me something? Is that where I should be
trying to hook you up with
direction?
a brother.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated a black guy?
It has not happened.
Has not happened. Okay. And
I'm scared.
I always wanted to ask.
Go back.
Once you go black.
So
Look, my ex-wife was black.
There,
I fucking went back. But then again, she was the real sister.
It's different for a guy dating the woman, but a girl dating a black man, would I be able to go back? Right? And I'm scared that I won't be able to. You wouldn't
be able to go home. Fuck going back. Your father would be there with a shotgun. I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Now that came up, I wanted to ask that question, but I was waiting for the right opportunity.
The brothers, I haven't.
No,
Strictly, I've been with Caucasians.
White boy.
Yeah, I mean nothing special, but
Goombas.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, just a typical
Irish
white
guys,
boy.
Irish douchebags.
Mix, like Irish, like me, like
no Puerto Ricans.
No.
Wow.
Sorry.
Once again, you wouldn't be able to go home.
Yeah, no Puerto Ricans and nothing. Sorry,
Kristyn, you're breaking my heart.
I hang out with them. I just don't go to that next
don't
level.
Breed with them.
I just don't procreate. Right? Sorry, guys.
So, I wanted to ask, and, because, I've been with white girls.
Chris doesn't discriminate. Neither
Native
do I.
American
Just haven't
girls.
been in that direction. Haven't had the opportunity, I guess.
So if any of the homeboys,
Holla!
And then
have we got
they like
any?
the white girls,
They do.
Blonde
and
hair.
Booty. And, remember we were looking, we wanted the Dakotas?
Uh-huh.
Have we checked? Did anybody from the Dakotas, are you listening?
We haven't, no, of the people,
Right.
once again, still a lot of love from the West Coast.
Loving it.
For the people that are listening, because I feel that Facebook is shortchanging us when it comes to reaching our audience.
Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg.
If you're subscribed to us on iTunes, or if you're subscribed to us on Stitcher, they don't unsubscribe on Stitcher. It's if you favorite us,
right?
So it's, but when you favorite something, you're subscribed to it.
Yeah.
So, if you're listening to us on those two forms, you're getting every episode.
Okay.
If you're on the Facebook Facebook has this weird thing where it kind of chooses what people get to see our updates, which really bothers me.
Who does Mr. Zuckerberg think he is that he can choose my
Because
audience?
they want you to buy ads on Facebook.
And I will not.
Because why redirect people so you can make money?
Why help somebody out?
Yeah, why help somebody out?
Billions.
Not that the fact that
I'm getting heated, Chris.
Facebook is 1/3 of your screen is ads.
Oh my god, and it's see, this stuff is always targeted at me. Meet singles in your area, and it's always the hottest guy. I'm like, yeah. Where is he in my area? Haven't seen him
since I'm always talking about my book, I get your book published now. Self-publishing.
No, mine's always singles. What's that all about? Always says he's a
because your status is single or something. Or?
Really, guys? Really, Mark?
Yeah, they have very sophisticated things that read your page and and
like that. I don't like
market
Big Brother shit.
to you. But I mean, we
No, they know where to
choose.
market,
You know,
yeah.
it's not like we're being forced.
I'm putting the info out.
We
It's not like
we
they're
voluntarily
asking me.
give our lives away to
Right.
Facebook. And once again, even I go in and make a page for the listeners, and they choose who we're reaching. And I want to reach all of our audience. So if you're
that's
listening to the show,
discrimination.
please subscribe to us on
You have to
iTunes.
like it.
Subscribe to us on Stitcher. Make sure, if you're on Facebook, to visit our page, hover over the like button,
And
and
that'll-
put show in the news
Okay.
feed. Or if
That way
you
you
want
see
to
everything.
visit, the hosting page site, which is all spelled out, Two Strangers, One Podcast, .podomatic, like automatic, podomatic.com. That's like, I like the way that format is, and
So we're trying to reach the Midwest.
yeah, we're trying to
You
reach.
guys could just
so
help us
share
out.
us, share us on
Throw
your
a
page.
phone.
You know,
Not the
and
coast covered.
yeah,
We want that
we
middle.
got much love in New York, much love in Florida, much love in Texas.
It makes that U-shape,
Arizona,
the horseshoe.
yes, Southern California, Arizona,
We got a
and
horseshoe shape
that's
going.
where a majority of our the Southwest loves us.
Thank you.
So I swear to God, if we ever do a live event, we gotta.
Invite us to your house. We're nice people.
Oh right, yeah. If we can couch surf,
Crash there.
and I promise I won't make a mess.
I won't
Give me a
eat
small,
much.
give me a corner. As long as you have Wi-Fi and a clean bathroom, I know I said that before. That's all I need. I'll bring my own sleeping bag.
We'll bring our own toilet paper. Okay?
As long as I have Wi-Fi, I'll be
Sleeping bag.
entertained. We'll do a show from your house. You know, we want. Well, I mean, it'd be nice if you hooked us up with some food.
Yeah, that would be
But
nice.
if it saves us money from buying a hotel room, getting a
I'll
hotel room, you know what I'm
take
saying?
that.
I'll get a JetBlue.
We need somebody in Texas, like an oil tycoon.
I'll get
Somewhere in this big mansion.
Oh yeah. No, but I'll stay in
Give us a
someone's.
shout out.
I'll stay as long as it's as long as I have access to a clean bathroom and
A little bit of grub.
and I'll sleep on the floor. I really don't care.
You know what I was reading today? Sorry, this is totally off topic.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this was a total joke or what, but Charlie Sheen might be a judge on American Idol. Not like in negotiations, but like it's talked like, oh,
Why not? I
wouldn't
mean,
that be amazing? I think the ratings would be amazing for the show.
because
It'd be hysterical.
now Simon Cowell left. Who left?
Yeah,
Somebody
all,
left.
I
No, because
think
Randy's
all
still.
of them are gone except for, well, Randy.
Okay.
Randy's the lone soldier.
But if
there.
he,
Wouldn't that be nuts?
I
He'd be
would,
like the new Paula,
because
but
yeah, he's
more,
he's a personality,
energy.
and I mean, I don't watch American Idol, but more fucking
right,
power to
that's what
him.
I'm saying. Like, maybe I'd watch it this year
Now-
because you're on it.
Now, see, because Charlie Sheen, I mean, he's always been, I mean, he's out there.
You think?
I am so irritated and aggravated by Howard Stern being on America's Got Talent.
Oh,
because, like, and you know what, and I guess maybe now that I'm, I wish we had his numbers, saying, I mean,
Right.
I grew up listening to Howard Stern, and I was listening
Private
to
Parts
him way
was a movie.
before,
ever.
I was even, I was listening to him way before it was appropriate for me
Yeah.
to listen to him. And I
It
always,
was like when I listened to him, which was years ago. I act
Uh-huh.
like I'm so old. Which was years ago. That was like scandalous for me to be listening
Yeah,
to him.
he-
Like I was still little.
he always pushed the envelope.
yeah.
And, and then, you cover a lot of ground because, he did a 4-hour-a-day show,
Yeah.
5 days a week, and
And he just basically did, he was like the first one to really do what he really wanted.
yeah,
on
it's
the
like
radio.
what he does, like when I watched the movie Private Parts, even though I know, because I'm such
Even
a fan,
I watched it
the
at,
movie
like, a
Private
time when
Parts
I
is a
should've.
total bastardization, because they had to get a lot of information put together
Right.
in one movie. But I love the end of the movie, he proclaims his love for Allison. Now
They're still together.
they're divorced.
Dunzo.
And so
I'm surprised that even, they were together for a while.
they were, no, well, she, now see, remember we had a conversation a while back about celebrities' wives getting their money? She deserves half of his money. She deserves
been there
she
from-
deserves 75% of his money.
She's been there from
Because she's been with
day
him
one.
since day one when he was this ugly,
I was gonna say, he was horrifying looking and
with his little mini afro and his
nose,
big
and
walrus
just skinny,
mustache
goofy,
and
like goofy.
yeah, goofy look.
Like how he got her.
Yeah, now see, as much as I hated that Tiger Woods' wife got money, Howard Stern's wife deserved
She's
every
been there
penny
since-
because she was with him.
Tiger Woods'
since-
wife came after the
Yeah.
fame.
Tiger Woods, she's like, he introduced himself as like, I know who you are, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Howard Stern's
Doesn't
wife
have
was
to
with him when he
introduce
was a nobody.
Right.
And like Howard Stern did like 2 or 3 songs for the soundtrack of Private Parts. And there's one song where it's him talking.
He sings now?
No, he doesn't sing. These guys,
I didn't know
the
he did
Dust
that.
Brothers, they're like techno guys. They take him. He did like this whole like whispering track. And the song is called "Tortured Man," and he whispered into a mic that was recorded for them. And then afterwards, they added a beat to it.
Oh, okay.
And it's a pretty cool, especially when you understand how it was made.
Yeah.
Because they told him talk about anything, and just
that's what he
try
did?
to keep it with a click track, like to a beat.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, they made it like it's like a
Crazy.
techno song.
We
So
should
the
do that.
song. Oh, I've done it before. If you,
That'll be released
it's
next
one
week.
of it's one of the outros for our song where I kind of auto tunes myself,
Really?
talking about visit www.doublejackpot.us. It's embarrassing as
Yeah.
fuck, but it's on
Whatever.
the end of some of our.
have no
Apparently,
shame.
you don't listen to the end of our
Not the
episode.
end. Well, I know what we do at the end. We're not going to sit there and listen. Like, I have to go visit the site. I know
You
what
listen
to
to
do.
that 5-minute Kevin Smith
Yeah.
episode every episode.
I'm busy, Chris.
Well,
I'm not really,
I
but-
kind of I auto tuned myself,
Now we got to check that out.
and so
So you think
so
you're
in the
cool?
song he goes, would I trade half of everything I own to get 10 times as much sex? And then he goes, it's an equation from hell. And then they take that beat and go, it's an equation from hell. It's an equation from hell. Would I give up half of my stuff to have 10 times as much sex? Because that's kind of the song that he's talking about. He's a celebrity. Women are throwing themselves at him. But
Can we put that as an intro?
the Tortured Man?
Yeah.
Well, see,
Or we
I
make it
would,
silly.
but ever since that song came out, he has it at the end of every of his.
Oh.
Like when he's talking and saying goodbye, that's playing in the background.
Guess we can't.
And I could technically use it, but I don't want to feel like I'm borrowing
Yeah.
from anybody.
We're not doing that. Okay?
But
Everything's
the
us.
song's called Tortured Man. And then, well, I don't think maybe he does. In the beginning, he did a song with Rob Zombie called American Nightmare.
Zombie.
And, that's a song. I may put that in the intro of one of our songs, which is
I like
actually,
Rob Zombie. He's a little creepy, but...
yeah. And in the song, him and Rob Zombie go back and forth.
Let's call him Robert Zombie. Make him... He's older now. They go back and forth.
They go back and forth, and actually, you have to sit and really listen to see which part is Rob Zombie,
who?
which part is Howard Stern.
Creepy.
Because he kind of did the same thing. This was different because Rob Zombie actually had Howard Stern come in the studio
Yeah.
together. It's not
Like a real recording.
yeah. You gotta love nowadays technology where you can have a whole song
And one
made
person-
afterwards.
yeah. That's crazy how it works.
And so that one's called American Nightmare, and that song is like. I guess
We
that's
gotta
why
do it
I
in
like
the
to
show.
play like rock songs because it's song gets you pumped up. Like it's a great
How's
song.
it go again?
You
You don't only like the beatbox.
I'm American Nightmare, yeah. I'm the American Dream, yeah. I'm American. It's a cool song.
That's a little taste. Thought we just have Rob Zombie here.
What was that?
It was you. I thought we had Rob Zombie.
Oh, okay.
It was Rob Zombie sitting next to me.
Oh, my professional.
Just
mic.
Chris.
And
My professional
look,
mic.
I love Rob Zombie. He is
Do you
a
think
true
he'll ever
genius.
cut his hair? I wish
Probably
he would.
not.
I feel like now at this age he should. But
But-
that's his persona.
But the funny thing is, see, that's the
Shot
first one this
every-
episode.
I know,
Take a
you're-
shot.
You're changing.
If you really read, his lyrics are total, absolute nonsense. But he just makes it sound cool. And
Right.
so there's...
Isn't that like how Spanish music is? Like, it doesn't... If you interpret it, it doesn't really make sense, but it sounds...
it's
kind of
Spanish music,
No, I'm
when
right, I'm
translated,
saying.
gets hokey.
Yeah, like
It's pop. All the
Right.
stuff that you hear is relative to our pop music.
Mm-hmm.
But Rob Zombie, when you read the lyrics to his songs,
doesn't...
I think he sits down and goes, what's cool? Okay, zombie women, hot rod car, and his shit doesn't rhyme.
Like, what was that Dragula song?
Cannibal Jane.
What the hell does Dragula mean?
Actually, Dragula...
That makes sense.
...was from the Munsters. There was an episode of the Munsters where Herman made a hot rod.
Called the Dragula?
Called the Dragula. So it's named after...
Sounds like Dragula, but I was like, it sounds cool.
Yeah, because it's a drag racer... Dracula. But at least Dragula was taken from the Munsters.
Okay, but did the lyrics to that make any sense? Did that go around a Dragula, or was it just...
dig to the witches that burn, to the witches that cry in the back of my Dragula! Makes no fucking sense.
We were totally Rob Zombie there.
Makes no
exactly.
fucking sense.
Like, I remember singing aloud and I was like, this doesn't make sense, but I love it.
I can never die. When you read the lyrics, it makes no sense. But he makes it sound cool.
Yeah.
Which is what he did with Howard Stern, because, like I said, in that song American Nightmare, you have to really listen. And even like Howard Stern was like, I don't know which parts are me and which parts are Rob Zombie. It's kind of, because it's all crazy, funky, distorted.
Yeah.
But, all that stuff gets fixed in the studio, and it sounds cool.
It's made better.
Well, it's like, we were just...
People usually tell me I ruin photos when I pop in.
In the beginning of this episode, where the guy's like,
Yeah.
Because, it's so... funny thing.
That's me on a Saturday night after.
When you...
I could do it too.
I could see this guy, and I always see new people in bands.
You should just do that randomly every now and then.
And if you're talking to an older person, what are you? Oh, I'm in a band. Oh, okay, what? Is there any songs that you sing? Now, mind you, the song I was playing in the beginning of this episode was called Loose by a band called Primer 55. That was their hit.
That was my nickname in high school.
Loose? Loose or Primer 55? And,
they just sing like that, that's screaming?
Well, yeah, so the beginning of the song, dude, and then he kind of raps for the rest of the song.
Because my soon-to-be brother-in-law, he used to be, and he was actually on MTV years ago, that Battle for Ozfest episode.
Get the fuck out of here.
He was Kelly.
Kelly.
He's in...
With the spiked hair from Long Island?
From Rockaway. 6 Deep.
6 Deep?
Yes!
Holy shit.
He's coming this weekend. You want to meet him?
I met him! Jesus.
Oh, really?
Okay, keep talking.
He's now like a lawyer. But I went to, when my sister and him were dating, I went to a few shows with her, and it's just funny because he's such a nice guy, and then you see the band up on stage, and they're all like, you can't understand anything they're saying, but there's people, mosh pitting, and that was their element. It was
they're
fun.
6 Deep kind of, for fans of, Slipknot and stuff like that.
Yeah, that type of music. Chris is rifling
through
his stuff right now to find
I swear
something.
to God, this shows you how this show is absolutely...
Have you seen shows? Or just...
I think they were opening for somebody. You're gonna fucking... And I swear to God, you can't fucking plan this.
That's my,
So, okay, he's...
brother-in-law.
He's... Okay, you're gonna...
He doesn't have the spiked hair
anymore. Of course,
anymore.
yeah, now, he... of course, she has to understand that being a rocker, there's a lot of groupies.
Oh, yeah.
So, he was at a show, I want to say it was Roseland Ballroom in New York City.
That's a big place.
Now, I have to... First and foremost, I got to meet him. Oh, and I want to apologize to him because I was being a drunken asshole.
Honestly, you probably won't remember. He's got a terrible memory.
Okay, now, and I pray this doesn't blow him up. Well, he had 2 girls on his side.
Oh yeah. How many years ago was it?
It was shortly after Battle for Ozfest came out. So they started dating they were kind of talking after Battle for I can't even talk. Battle for Ozfest, and then she's been with him that long.
And they've been engaged we're going on 3 years now.
Oh, fuck. I hope I'm not
blowing up the spot. They've been on White Plains now. No, but they started talking, and that was probably a year after Battle for Ozfest.
Well, no, here's the deal. the girls were on his arm.
Right.
And I was kind of like the drunk. Now, actually, not that I was being rude. I loved him so much that I'm like kissing his ass in front of these girls.
Oh, he must have loved it.
And, so,
Chris,
like I said,
what are you digging for?
I have a big, giant 6 deep sticker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him.
I need him to fucking sign it for me.
I will.
He's like, shit, I'm happy somebody. And, like I said...
Yes, they're coming this weekend.
He gave me... The funny thing is, take a shot. I'm totally not plugged into the microphone right now. I'm still looking for this sticker.
In a 4 loco box,
in my 4 loco box. Now, mind you, I don't drink. I haven't had a drink
He's got this 4
I haven't had a drink in about 8 months. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've had a drink. I'm clean, totally clean and sober.
So people out there listening, I guess, download
6 Deep.
They have the
BlackAcre Sessions is one of their albums.
They're not together anymore.
Oh, man.
Just recently. I mean, he still plays, but they're all like in their early 30s and kind of trying to.
Yeah, well, that music was big at the end of, like, the early 2000s.
Right, and I mean, he still does like different music things. Like he's got software for that, so he's just involved in things like that. But he misses it so much. Yeah,
their first album was called the BlackAcre Sessions. Shit, I can't find the fucking sticker, and I'm so fucking pissed off. Or do I have it? I think I might have had it. All right, let's just keep vamping.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just sitting here looking around for this damn sticker. I'll give you a new one.
Yeah, right. Like, dude.
Well, I feel so famous that I have. Usually, none of my friends know who he is.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he was on Battle for Ozfest. What's that show?
Battle.
Yeah, I know, but most people don't know. It was a one
season
thing.
Goddammit, I'm gonna find it.
Oh,
but I had it, but shit.
All right.
So what happens is
okay. So you're kissing his ass.
I'm kissing. What happens is, and I'm not trying to say that. It's not like he was kissing the girls or anything like that.
Okay.
He had a girl on each arm. Maybe it wasn't even it might have been your sister.
No. Because if it was right after Battle for Ozfest, like there was a while.
Oh, okay. And so
because they met at a show
in
Manchester.
I'm drunk out of my ass. There's a reason I stopped drinking. And I remember he was giving out the stickers. So there were people there, and some people recognized him.
Yeah.
But I come up and I'm like, dude, you're the guy from 16th. BlackAcre Sessions. I love it. I listen to it. I tell people about it. Whatever. Now he was down to 1 sticker, and it was kind of like
dun.
No, but that's the whole thing. Like, should I give the sticker to the hoochies?
Right.
Or do I give the sticker to a fucking true fan? He gave it to me. A true fucking fan.
He's like you. Like, music. Like, I'm not going to give it to these girls. They're going to waste it. I would give it to a fan.
Yeah, he gave it to me.
He's logical in that way.
And like I said, I was, not that I was drunk, obnoxious, like, being an asshole. I was just like, dude, I fucking love you. Because like I said, I get lovey-dovey when I drink.
Where, like,
he's like, these bitches, look at, and I still have it. What is it, 15 years later, 10 years later?
I was in college when Battle for Ozfest came out.
Yeah, maybe 04,
like,
05?
Yeah, 04 or 05.
Yeah.
It's that long ago.
Shit, I have it in here somewhere.
Back in 07.
I mean, I usually have all my band stickers here, but it's such a big, giant sticker that I don't have it here. But
He's gonna love it. It's gonna boost his ego.
Static X. And this is, I swear to God, you can't, this was not planned in any way, shape, or form.
I've never told him anything about my brother-in-law, because I figured nobody...
Oh, he has to come on,
and you're a New Yorker.
And I don't, like I said, I promise that it wasn't like he was kissing these girls, but he had 2 pretty girls on his side.
He's a rock star.
He's a rock star, exactly. A rock star that was on MTV.
And was his hair spiked?
His hair was spiked.
Because I never saw him when his hair was spiked in person. Like,
oh, he used to spike his hair and wear like these
ridiculously
blue contacts.
Yeah. I saw that on the show, and I was like, "This is irritating."
He had that. He had that at that show,
right?
The spiked hair and the crazy blue, because that's what people. And on his stomach, he had a stomach tattoo. I think it might have said 6 Deep on it or something, or
he's got 6 Deep on his
forearms, or maybe. Or were like the name of the town or something he was born, like Austin, Texas, or some shit like that.
No, he's got established 1978, whatever it is.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah,
right,
I remember. Yeah, because that's one of his trademarks. The stomach tattoo, the crazy contacts, and the spiked hair.
Oh, he's gonna love it.
Yeah, tell him. And I Still haven't.
We'll find it.
I gotta play fucking Six Deep now. I gotta put them in one of the intros.
I should have thought that you would know them because New York and...
Fuck yeah.
Sorry, Ernie.
But he's originally from Long Island, right?
Rockaway.
Oh, Rockaway, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Rockland County.
Rockland.
I always say they lived in Rockaway for a little bit. Now they live in White Plains.
That's New York's,
upstate, right?
Snotty cousin who's scared to actually come into the city. That's
like,
a Rockland
outside.
Yeah, it's
and they call that upstate there. That's how ridiculous New York
City.
Yeah,
well, New York City, look, once you get north of the Bronx, you are upstate.
Right, yeah.
Wow,
that's why Rochester, way up here in New York, is considered Canada to New York City.
Oh yeah, being up here is a fucking culture shock for me. I mean, the people are slowly making me adapt, and I'm starting to call it Rochester.
Yeah.
And I'm calling soda pop.
When I lived in New York, suddenly my Rochester accent transformed into New York one. Like I came home and I was like, I sound different. They're like, yeah. It didn't take till last year till it finally changed. I was like, whoa, it happened that quick. So I got it back.
As long as I still keep saying water, coffee.
You say aunt.
Aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not aunt.
Yeah.
Aunt. Yeah,
I only knew that though as a Connecticut thing.
Listen,
I didn't know that was in New York.
The big one that my stepson always corrects me on is I say MAh-rio.
Right.
Super Mario Brothers.
I say that now up here as a joke. I'm like, oh, Mario.
I grew up with a bunch of Marios.
Yeah, Mario is big down in New York City.
Mario, it's not Mario. And because everybody, I mean, for the people who don't have Italian influence on their life, it's from the fucking, when you would turn on the GameCube or Nintendo, no, I think it was the GameCube. And you say, hey, it's a me, Mario.
It's a me, Mario.
And so,
did you think they were saying it wrong? Did you contact Warner Brothers?
When I hear Mario, it sounds weird to me.
Right.
I grew up with Mario.
Just like, and then you grew up probably with soda.
Yeah, soda.
I still say soda here now as a joke.
When people say pop,
right.
It kind of,
When I first went to school, which was in, right outside New York City, about 20 minutes, I said pop at a store. Like, I was like, can I have pop? Whatever.
Uh-huh.
The guy's looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, okay, I didn't know it was soda, but you couldn't figure out what I wanted. Like, they always look at you like, what? What are you saying? Like, pop. Like, you couldn't figure that out?
Soda
They
pop,
look at me like I'm a jerk. Still
then
upset
again,
about
the guy probably came from another country too, so.
I was at a deli, yeah. So he's like, what the hell?
So it's better he has to learn English, now he has to learn a whole other.
He's gonna learn the upstate language.
I finally get the native language, and I got other
What the hell
language.
is a pop, you stupid ass?
Okay, we're way over the 1 hour mark.
Where are we at?
We're at 108, but usually I try to way.
Nothing comes most.
I'll make this brief because you know what? I realize that I give this whole thing and then I have a commercial and then I have another thing at the end that says visit. Just visit www.doublejackpot.us.
It's Link Central.
There's the links for everything. There's my eBay page. If you want to support the show, you can follow us on Facebook. Facebook.com/2strangers1podcast. We're available on iTunes. If you have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, subscribe to us, which is
Anything that's I.
Yeah. For Google users,
Facebook.
We're on the Stitcher app. Favorite us on the Stitcher app. We certainly hope you've had as much fun listening to the show as we had recording it. Jackie, do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Okay.
Don't be a stranger. Come on, say it.
I have to. No. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double
it?
Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
but it is spelled Colon.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah, it
man.
is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.